6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
It's Trey and Nicole.
Hey, that's me.
Well, are you ready?
Yo, Doc, where you
So
at?
get ready. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Had to do it, people. How y'all feeling today? It is Friday at 9 p.m. And so you know what I had to do? I had to do it. I had to come and talk to y'all this fine Friday evening. And as y'all can see, I have my lovely co-host here with me. She came to visit me. Yes. If you remember a few weeks back, she was a guest on the show remotely from New York. And now she's here live and in living color in this studio. So y'all welcome my girl, ChaStarr.
Let's go.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, yes. So this episode is going to be all about mothers. We're mothers. We have mothers. We know mothers. So in light of Mother's Day this weekend, we're just going to talk everything mothers. So if you guys want to do a dedication or a shout out to your mother, call in at 678-383-4378. That's 678-383-4378. Call in, let us know, the wonderment of your mom. We are welcoming it all. So, as usual, I'm always making announcements or what I got coming up or whatever. So this came across my table today. I will be performing tomorrow for the rapper Brie Biasi. She's doing a concert. It's an all-female thing in Jonesboro. So I will be doing that tomorrow night. Shout out to Brie Biasi for reaching out to me. Ooh, that is a good question. Because it don't say the name of the place.
Okay. Just let me know.
Yeah, it's just the address on the flyer.
Well, give the address.
The address is 737 Veterans Parkway, Suite 100, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30238. That part. I'll send you the flyer, DC.
Pull up.
Pull up on me, pull up on me.
It is at the JG Chicken and Seafood.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. I'm always down for a plate.
You know I'm coming now. Why? Tell them why I'm coming.
Because you going to finish my plate. He says, I don't even know. He said he can go out with me anytime because
every day.
I'm not going to finish my food. He going to finish it for me.
Somebody got to finish the food.
Look, somebody got to do it. I used to put it off on my kids. Right, had to do it. Exactly. Had to do it. And also on the 29th, I'm going to be at Cigar City Club. I am hosting an all-female, come out with your sundresses on. It's an all-female event. Female hosts, female DJs. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Cigar City is a lot of fun, especially on a Sunday. But I think that's a Wednesday. Boom. It's going to be on a Wednesday, so we're going to make it live on a Wednesday. It's just like it's live on a Sunday. So.
Busy lady.
Well,
all the time, keep it busy.
Cause I would get lazy. I don't want to get lazy. We was talking about that earlier today. I would seriously get lazy. So I gotta keep myself going.
Actually, I'm on the opposite side. I'm actually taking a break. I think I've taken too many breaks now. I think I'm ready to get back into the music. I'm starting to have that itch to write again. So just trying to find that right producer for me. I'm not into just getting any and anybody right now.
Right.
To really, I gotta set the tone. That person gotta feel me out. I used to get so excited just to get any beat. I'm like, nah, right now I need something that's gonna give me that feeling,
Right.
So I haven't found anything yet, but we'll figure it out.
You will. Because if y'all been listening on BFAM, her music is dope. She has very dope music. You know what? We should play something now.
All right.
We should play something now. For all the mothers, we are
Slaying, baby.
What's the story behind the song? While I'm loading it up, what does slay baby mean?
Yeah, slay bitches. So when I first got the beat, shout out to my former management and the producer that gave me the beat. I'm sorry because I forgot the name, but he's from Virginia. And when I heard it, I'm like, oh, this is so different because it's like a pop dance type of track. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, oh, this is for the gays. Summer was coming out and everything, and I'm like, oh, this is fire. Like, and then I'm just so used to like making depressed songs about my relationship. So I'm like,
Girl,
this
you
is
could
a
sing that.
challenge. I need this. And I just was, I remember I wrote the hook in the car. I was driving and I came up with the hook and I was just amped. I'm like, oh, this is going to be the summer anthem. And I got a good response from everybody. And yeah, slay bitches, you slaying, you enjoying yourself, living your best life. Can't nobody tell you anything. Just live your best life and slay.
yeah. So all you moms out there, y'all just go ahead this weekend and slay, bitch. Slay, bitch.
That's right.
Be
You can never, ever, ever, ever find another like me. To fuck up the sheets like me. To fuck up the beat like me. Yeah. And you can never, ever, ever, ever boast up like me. Nails done, hair done like me. Louis Prada Fendi. Yeah. And you can never, ever, ever, ever slay bitch like me. Pull up on site all day. Count checks, win big only. Yeah. And you can never, ever, 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 ever touch my team. We live, we good, so clean. Straight facts, I guarantee. Yeah. Slay bitch. Slay bitch. Slay bitch. Yeah. Slay bitch. Slay bitch. You can never, ever, ever, ever say shit to me. I'm young, I'm turned, I'm brave. No nigga better step to me. Okay. And if you're gonna step to me, make sure you're right. Can't take no broke ass guy. Asking for my cash, my ride. Okay. And you can never, ever, ever, ever pull up on me. To fuck up the chemistry. To fuck up my energy. Okay. And you can never, ever, 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 ever live this life. I slay all day and night. All day and night, yeah. Slay bitch, slay bitch, slay bitch, yeah. Slay bitch, slay bitch, yeah. Step in it, how I make the drip so effortless. Kill scenes, just tell them to call who's next to Ken. Keep a Barbie like she really don't connect with Ken's eyeball. You should check your lens. I'm from the X, so the next where the treasure sit. Up how to go. Nightlife representative, I got the glow. Act up, go through the scene, I stop the show. You know all the pressure, how you make a diamond froze. But he told me how to slay, so the stakes up. Bounce from checking on me, I wish you pay cuts. You could tell from the walk, I don't say much. Cause when you shining, haters wanna throw the shade of something. Treating every place a solid elementary. Ain't really wanna do it, but they tempted me. Simply, I'm one to one. They've been making many me's mad that I'll be here just from infinity. Slay bitch, slay bitch, slay bitch, yeah. Slay bitch, slay bitch.
You know, I have a cousin that is in the ballroom scene. I'm gonna send it to her.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I'm gonna send it to her. I'm gonna be like, you like this song? Use it for a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, slay bitch. I'm be like, slay bitch.
That's one of my favorites. I just don't listen. I don't really listen to too much of my music. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't listen to it. Because I want to keep things fresh. Once it's done, it's done for me. I mean, if I have to perform it, obviously I'm gonna, hear it often. But
Right.
On to the next,
See me, I incorporate my music into like my playlist. So like it'll randomly come up. And I like to hear how it sounds against the secular music.
Of course.
You know, the music that's already out there. I like to hear how it sounds against that. And then like it surprises me. Because then I'll just automatically start singing the song and I'll be like, wait a minute, that's me.
Right. But don't get twisted. I do from time to time listen to my stuff, if I'm in that mood, And I'd be in the car like, yeah, I'm kind of the shit a little bit. Like, I kind of get good with that. Like, I like that.
Right.
But, after a while, you just get tired of. I don't know about you. For me, I'm just like, all right, that's enough. I need to hear something else.
Yeah, I can't like listen to it consecutively. That's why I incorporate it in the playlist and I shuffle the playlist so it pops up when it pops up. I don't know when it's coming, and it just pops up when it pops up. But yeah, I like it. I like it though. I like your music a lot. Ever since we met.
Thank you.
So, moms, I think first I want to touch on like motherhood for us.
Okay.
In this day and age, there's a lot that you have to think about when it comes to motherhood. And we're boy moms, so it's like.
We are. But you've been in the game for a little while. I'm only 7 years in. So we definitely gonna start with you. What's your journey like, and how has everything been since then? Since the time, because you have 3. Right?
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. I have my 2 biological sons and then my 1 adopted son. So it's like they each have their own story with me. My oldest son, he been with me the longest. Whatever, what have you. He is the most like me.
So good.
He is the most like me. Like I hear him talk, and I hear me all throughout his conversation. And then my youngest son is like me too, but he's a little more reserved, a little more quiet. Right. He's the one that makes me think that I'm crazy.
Oh God.
My oldest son is with the shits. Like he's with the crazy. My oldest baby is with the crazy. My youngest is like, okay, mom, like. Chill out a little bit.
But you have 3, and it's like so there's some differences, right? Like they're not all the same.
Right.
They all have a different story.
They all have a different story. Like my adopted son, he came to me, he was like 13 and 14, and he's been with me ever since. So, he has his own story with me. And he's another funny one. Actually,
he's a character.
Shout out to FP3 the legend, my son, Frankie P. He just turned 26 yesterday.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
His birthday was yesterday. Yes.
Happy birthday, Frankie.
Yes.
I'm going to have my 2 oldest sons, I'm going to have them on the show one day. Because they both rappers.
Oh, okay. So it runs in the family.
Yep, they both rappers. Isaiah is a rapper and a singer. And actually, when he was in high school, he wrote the senior play, and it was a musical.
Oh, talented.
That's
what's up.
So I'm definitely going to have them on. But, anything that mom do is like,
Yeah, but they don't understand how cool we are, though.
Right. I'll be like, I'm so freaking dope. Why you trying to play me?
They don't know. They don't get it. I get it, though. Because, my mother, not to put her business out there, but she's 55. She just turned 55. And she looked good. She looks really, really good. But she's into the latest fashion and the sneakers, and I'm like, Mom, okay, we know you got another pair of sneakers today. Like, all right, you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. I get it, I'm not sure it's a little competition. I don't know. But she, she keeps herself looking good, and, she's working, and she's one of those cool moms, those cool grandmothers, So,
right.
She's doing her thing. Shout out to Mom.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mom. Good job, because she's amazing. So I can only imagine.
There's some stories, but we'll leave that.
That's where I'm going. Drea, what is your favorite mom story from your mom?
The day I found out there's no Santa Claus.
Elaborate. I can't wait. How old were you?
I was like 11.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. How she broke it to you?
Oh, child. So my sassy self earned every bit of what she gave me. So every Christmas Eve, my mom would be up all night wrapping gifts. I didn't know that at the time. She just said that she was up all night because we lived in the projects, and she said she had to let Santa Claus in through the front door because we didn't have a chimney.
You know what?
We didn't have a chimney.
I love that. The front door. Oh,
so she said she had to stay up all night so that when Santa knocked on the door, she could let him in. All right, cool. She used to sign the gifts to Nikki from Santa. There would be like 2 or 3 gifts under the tree that said, from mom or whatever, but most of them said from Santa. So one year, my sassy self get up to open up the gifts, and I'm opening them, and I'm looking, and I'm excited at everything. And I looked at her. Mind you, she ain't slept in 24 hours, right? So I look at her and I said, Santa buys me everything, and you don't buy me nothing. She said, listen here, little bitch.
Right.
Let me tell you about your Santa Claus.
She was like, no, I ain't getting no sleep. Spend all my money.
Right.
And you got the nerve to try to play me.
Right. Exactly. She put me in my place real quick. And that was the end of Santa Claus.
Shay, your favorite mom story? With your mom?
See. Can I be very honest?
Mm-hmm.
My relationship with my mom is not the best. Okay? We are very cordial right now. However, it's not the best. However, I do appreciate you. And she's a great grandmother. She loves my son. I mean, that's her first. He gets everything, and because of that is why I appreciate her even more. Plus, we're both older, more experienced. I understand her stories, her struggles.
Mm-hmm.
She was young when she had me. She was 19. So being 19 and being a single mother, because my father actually passed a year later.
Oh wow.
So lots of trauma, things like that. But my mother and my grandmother, they're like my biggest supporters when it comes to everything, regardless of the back and forth we do. You just learn to accept certain people for who they are.
Right.
But when we good, we good. We laugh, we joke, crack jokes on people and stuff. But it would have been nice. It would have been nice if we was a little bit closer. But you never know what life will bring in the future. So, but we're good though. We're good right now. But and she's an Aries. I don't know if you know about the Aries, but
I was married to Aries.
The Aries are very fiery.
Yes.
Goodness. So
yes.
And I'm more calm. I'm a Virgo, so I just be chilling. I mean, I can act the fool too, but I can act the fool, but she's a fire sign, so But yeah, I love my mother, and I'm so happy. She did the best that she could do under certain circumstances.
Right.
And now that I'm a mom, I understand. I had my son when I was 27, but
19 was young.
But still young. It wasn't 19 young, but it was young. And so, though I finished school and did a couple of things, I wasn't really ready, And I don't think anybody's truly ready for motherhood. Parenting.
I don't think. To me, it doesn't matter how old you are when that first one comes, because you just don't know what to expect.
Yeah, of course.
So for people to be like, oh, you got to be a certain age to have a kid and do what? Because you still don't know.
Yeah, you got to learn. You got to figure it out.
Right. You learning on the fly, because them books are liars. Liars.
Yeah, you got to go through your own experience.
You got to go through.
Every child is different, so.
They come with their own personalities from the gate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember the first book you found out that was full of poopy?
I didn't even really try with the books. Shit? I did try to read What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Yeah,
that's a good book. And it was like, that kind of prepared me for, like, I say, to be waking up every 2 hours and this, that, and the other for feedings and this. But he wasn't that type of kid, so he tricked me. He kind of slept a little bit. That second one was more textbook. Kevin was more textbook. He was every 2 hours. Like,
shout out to Big Kev.
We started making him dope bottles. We call them dope bottles. We put the cereal in it because I was like, somebody's not going to survive. It's either going to be he's not going to survive or I'm not going to survive. But I need some sleep.
That sleep is no joke. It's so funny because like I'm at that point where I'm like, do I really want to have another child? Like I do. And my son is asking, Mommy, I want a brother, sister. And I feel bad because he's the only child. And, sometimes he wants someone to play with. And Mommy don't have the energy. And it's just like, oh, I can't right now. And I feel bad. I'm like, Mommy got to work, which is true. Like, I work a lot. So, sometimes I'll go in the living room like, hey, let's just play a game. Because I get it. I was the only child until my brother came, which was 12 years after. And so, we have that 12-year gap. So we weren't even close, you know. We're close now.
My kids are
23.
10 years.
So, you know, but I always had a lot of cousins to play with. You know, I was always outside. Nowadays, the kids are not really outside. They, you know, they stuck on the tablet and stuff like that. So, but we spent a lot of time together. And, you know, as far as another kid, I don't know. Times is rough right now.
Right.
As far as inflation and just... And I like my freedom, so I don't know. I don't know about all that.
And that's why my kids are 10 years apart. Because you say you feel bad, but to me, Isaiah was supposed to be the only one. Like, in my eyes, my mama had one kid, and it was just fine. So if I only have one kid, I'd be just fine.
But I'm pretty sure it's a blessing to have 3.
Yes, it's absolutely a blessing. I got my first love, I got my baby love, and I got my bonus love. That's what I call them. You know, but yeah, when Frank came into the mix, because Frank and Isaiah is the same age, they're just a few months apart. So Isaiah turned 26 in January, and Frank turned 26 yesterday. So it was always them against the little one. But then as the little one started growing and getting taller and everything, now he's trying to try them, you know?
How does it feel to be like an adopted mom? I'm a social worker.
That's great word. Great question.
Yeah, because I'm in a preventive program, but I work with child welfare. I'm a social worker therapist. And so, but I started working with people with disabilities, and then I transitioned into child welfare, and I went right into foster care, which is, the system needs to be revamped. I don't know about in Atlanta and other places, but definitely in New York, it's like they need to strip it down and just rebuild the, policies and everything. But working with like the foster moms, some adoptive parents, and definitely the foster parents, it's very challenging.
Right.
Depending on the stories and stuff, and if they're going to get their children back. But for those who are adoptive parents, the process is long. I don't know if it was for you, and that's a real commitment. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to really treat this child like, that like if they were yours, and you have biological kids. So I wonder how did that mesh, and were there like issues between the siblings? Did it feel a little uncomfortable to kind of have them come into the home, and what was the experience?
Well, I would say it was a little easy because Isaiah and Frank were already friends.
Oh, okay.
They went to school together, so they were already friends. I would say my adoption is more like a hood adoption. It was a hood adoption. First, it started off where he would come for the summers and spend the whole summer with us and hang out with us for the summer. And then for like a year, we didn't see him. When they graduated junior high school, we didn't see him for like a year. And I kept asking Isaiah, I was like, have you heard from Frank? Have you heard from Frank? And he was like, no, I think they moved to the Bronx or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So then he popped up one day. I guess we talked him up because then he popped up one day, and it was the beginning of the summer. So I was like, you here for the summer? And he was like, yeah. He popped up. He was taller than me now, and he done had his growth spurt and everything. And so he was like, yeah, I'm going to chill for the summer. I was like, all right, as long as your mom says it's okay, you could chill for the summer. When September came around and it was time for him to go back to school, I'm like, okay, you got to get in touch with your mom because we haven't heard from her like all summer. I was like, you got to get in touch with your mom because it's time for you to go back to school. I want to know where you're going back to. I want to take you back to her. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to deliver you to her. I don't want to just send you.
So it wasn't planned. It just...
Right. It really wasn't planned. And so he had left for a couple of weeks or whatever, and then he came back, and he called me Mama Love, and he was like, Mama Love, can I just stay here with you because we're in and out of shelters and this and that. And mind you, I'm still waiting to talk to his mom. So I was like, if she says it's okay with me. Yeah. And pretty much that was all she wrote. He's been with me ever since.
Okay, well. Listen, you're a blessing.
He's been with me ever since. That's my baby. That's the least labor, the better.
I feel like anybody who takes on another child, even if it's a dad or whatever, that's a blessing because you don't have to.
Right.
But you do, and it's all good. So we appreciate you for that.
Well, thank you, and I love him dearly. And yes, with him and Isaiah being the same age, there's conflict. They have some mutual friends, but then some separate friends. You know, as you get older,
Of course,
into different things and this, that, and the other. And so there is conflict. They're roommates now in New York. They're still roommates. And when my phone start ringing and it's both of them, I be like, Lord, they about to kill each other. Let me breathe for a second before I answer this phone. Cause one be calling, the other one be texting. I'll be like,
oh Lord, the job never ends.
It doesn't. It really, really never ends. The other day I was on the phone with Frank because unfortunately his sister on his father's side passed away on Sunday. And so I was on the phone with him and he had me on speakerphone and Isaiah come running from the other room. Is that my mama on the phone? And then that started the whole thing because Frank was like, she's talking to me right now.
They fighting for your love, girl.
Man, those two are a trip. My boys literally will have full-fledged arguments on who's the biggest mama's boy.
I love that. I think that's fly. Too. I love that.
And the little one, he be like, she loved me the most. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm the baby. Like,
so, you know, they always say, like, when you have multiple children, well, in this case, say 3, right? It's easier. Like, the middle child never, this is what I heard, they don't really get too much attention. They always feel like they're left out. I mean, you feel like you treat your children equally, right?
Yeah, and you let them tell it, like, at certain moments, it's like, okay, you give me that one too much attention, you give me that one. Look, I gotta give y'all all y'all moment.
Yeah, that's important.
I gotta give you all your moment. I think with Isaiah, being that he's been with me the longest, he had the most one-on-one time with me. You know what I mean? Because Kevin didn't come until 10 years later, and then Frank came a few years later after that. So so he had the most one-on-one time with me. Now that they're older, like I concentrate on the younger one to give him his time. Frank, at one point, when Isaiah had turned like 21, 22, he had moved out for a little bit, and I was giving Frank his time, like, his hangout time.
And you still got to make time for yourself as a mother.
Right.
So that's another thing. And that's hard. Sometimes you can't even find time for yourself. When you're the one especially if you're the one taking care of everything, it's a job. It is a job.
But it is also a blessing for kids being that far apart, because once they graduate high school, you still in the house, I got something to do. Make sure your brother's fed. Yeah. Make sure he all right. Y'all all old enough. Y'all good.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait till my son get a little older, child. Ooh, mommy's stepping out. Can't wait.
I gotta go. But in this day and age, like, being that your son is young and then you do music, like, how do you balance that out?
How do I balance it? Well, first of all, he's my biggest cheerleader. His name is Isaiah too, so we have an Isaiah common denomination. But so yeah, he's always like, Mommy, can I come to a show? But I never have like a family, gathering or family show where he can come.
Yeah.
But he knows all my songs. The first thing he does, he goes on YouTube. So he listens to every song and he'll study the lyrics. Like, he'll put in whatever and he'll just study any song and know it more than me. And that's what he does with my songs. Well, he can't see the lyrics, but he just, I played in the car a lot, things like that. And so he's actually a dancer. He likes to dance. I could tell he got a little voice, but, he needs a little tweaking. He needs to get, a little bit more into it. But he definitely dances, and he loves the music. And in his mind, he thinks I'm a superstar. Like, he's always telling people, "Oh, this is ChaStarr," And I'm like, he'll be the first one to run and tell your business, so you got to watch him a little bit.
Right. Like, don't they tell your business though?
Yes. He always telling people my age and stuff, and I'm like, hold on, Isaiah, like, relax. Not everybody got to know stuff.
I remember one time, just quick sidebar, Isaiah shot this lady was walking, and she had like a see-through mesh top on. And so you could see her bra underneath. Yeah. And he said, "Ma, you got that bra? Don't you got that bra?" I was like, dude, are you serious right now?
There's no filter with the kids. Oh,
They
no
will
filter.
shout your stuff out. I was like, everybody ain't got to know.
Yeah, they don't play.
She showing her where I'm not showing mine.
Yeah, they don't forget anything. They don't forget anything. But yeah, my experience with my son is beautiful. I love him so much. I was very nervous when I found out that I was pregnant. I was just like, oh no, what's gonna happen? But I was good. But wasn't planned, and then it happened. And honestly, I feel like he saved my life. Like I really feel like So I feel like it's a blessing, and it's a little bit of karma. Not him, but just I had to grow up. I had to really get myself together mentally and emotionally on a couple of things, and I don't know. I just felt like he was like the motivation to keep going and to kind of, get myself together so I could take care of not just me now, but him.
Right.
And so it was a little difficult because I'm a single parent, but I definitely have some support, which is great. And I used to feel guilty because I used to work a lot when he was 2 and 3, so I really couldn't see him too often.
Mm-hmm.
My mother would help him to give him a bath, feed him. I used to come home like 8, 9 o'clock from work. Then I'm studying for exams and writing notes for work, and it was just so much. But as time went on, things got easier. Obviously, he got older, more mature and independent, so he could do little things for himself. And now I work from home, so I'm able now to be that full-time mother, pick him up from school, drop him off. We spend time, so it's good. I mean, I'm not saying he's like my little brother, but sometimes I feel like he's like my little brother. Like it's the conversations we have, and sometimes I'm laying down, I'm looking at him like, damn, like you really my son. Like sometimes I still don't believe that I have a kid. I'm like, Shani, this almost 8 years. Why can't you believe that you have a child? He's right there. But no, he's just dope. He's so loving. He's just like very loving, very caring. Yeah, he's a good boy. He can't keep still sometimes, but right. It's all good. But yeah.
Isn't it something when you see like yourself reflected back through your kids? It's like, wow, like I did that.
I love that boy.
It was like I did that because whenever like I hear Kevin talking with his friends, or I hear Isaiah or Frank talking with their friends, it's like I hear me coming. It's like, oh, you were listening.
Oh yeah, they listen.
Okay. You were paying attention when I told you XYZ. You was just acting dumb at the moment. Got it. Got it.
Oh yeah, my son, he got there's little things he'll say, little things, and I'm like, I don't say nothing, but I just listen to him like, oh, okay, he got that from me. Okay.
Right.
He's cool. He's a cool kid. Maybe next time when I come down, you can meet him.
Yeah.
Have a little play date.
Right.
I have a question. As adults, now that you have children, were there things that you did when you were a child that you will let your children get away with because you got away with it? That's from Lily in the chat box.
Well, I was a calmer kid than, I was real calm as a kid. I would say the teenage me. Yeah, because like I never had like a bedtime.
Oh, really?
Or, yeah, my mom never gave me. My mom didn't give me a bedtime. She was like, work it out, but you still getting up in the morning.
Oh.
I couldn't be out in the street. Don't get me wrong. I had to be in the house at a certain time, but I could be in my room watching TV to whenever. So like, I never really put a bedtime on my kids. Okay. They kind of put it on themselves. Like Kevin, literally to this day, 9:30, 10 o'clock, that boy ready.
Shout out to Big Kev.
That boy ready. And now he just started working because he's 16 now. So he just started working. Sometimes he don't get off till 10. He don't want to talk to nobody or look at nobody when he walked through the door. He's making a beeline to his room and that's it.
I get it.
What about you?
Well, before I answer the question, bedtime for my son is 8 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock because he's getting older now. But I always had a bed routine for him because I needed that. Like I needed you to be in the bed so mommy could have her me time. And I guess his body got conditioned to it. So as soon as, this time is 9. As soon as 9 hit, he's knocked out. He's ready to go. We read a book and he go to sleep. So I already trained him since he was a baby for that. Mm-hmm. But can you what's the question again? I'm sorry.
Is there anything that you did bad as a child and got away with that you will allow your child to do because you got away with it. Say like this woman said that she stole a car. Her kid recently stole a car. She did not get caught. He did not get caught. What do? Can you punish your child when you didn't get punished?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Too.
I can too. It's a chat box. Chat box.
They have to learn.
Even though you didn't learn.
True. But I'd rather correct my son before he gets corrected out in those streets. You know what I'm saying? If I can try to prevent that. Yeah, I think about things like that, because he's a boy, right? So I don't know what his experience is going to be like,
Right.
So I'm always thinking, damn, when he's a teenager, I wonder what kind of shit he's going to get into.
Right.
Because right now he's a cool, calm, collective kid. So I'm like, I can't really even see him acting out. But we know when you become a teenager and you be around certain people, your energy changes. You have a different personality. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I'm a person you gotta go through your own experience. I'm gonna support you, but whatever those consequences is, you gotta deal with that. And I'm gonna make it very clear. I do that now. Like, listen, when you do this happens. So I can't always save you,
Right.
And I think that's fair,
And not for nothing, like we're raising black men in America. There is a lot of things that come at them, a lot of fears that come at them, and it's like it's hard to prepare for all of that. You can't really prepare them for all of that, but you just have to like talk to them like, dude, you can't be out here doing X, Y. You see what's happening on TV? Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time something would happen in the world, I would talk with them about it.
You have to. And I think, especially in our community, because we're, I don't know about others, but actually working with different, cultures, because of me being a social worker, I realized there is a common denominator. The communication is off with everybody. Nobody really wants to talk about things as deep. Nobody really wants to, it's like they want to sweep everything under the rug. And it could be an old school way of thinking. I don't really know what went on back in the day and why it's the way it is. But mental health is super important. I'm a mental health advocate. So for me, it's just like, there's a lot of things that I wish my mother and grandmother did to, guide me so I wouldn't have made a lot of these mistakes. And I'm not blaming them, but because I'm glad I went through it for me to get to this point of being more aware of myself and things like that. But it would have been nice to have some type of guidance, right? And some communication. And so, with my son, I try to talk to him as best as I can, where it's not a complicated conversation because he's still young. Right. But I don't want to hide things from him. I want to teach him from now, like, this is what it is. Like, for instance, he came to me, he got off the bus one day. He's like, Mom, there's a boy that keep, calling us monkeys. And I'm just like, oh no, already. Because, you mentally, it's like when those moments come, you're not ready. Right. And at 7, I didn't think we was going to have this conversation. So I'm like, well, what do you think monkey is? Because he's like, well, I know it's racist. I'm like, well, what is racist? Because now I'm trying to pick his brain. And he didn't really give me a good explanation, but he pretty much was like, I know it's a bad thing. And I'm like, it is a bad thing. And I don't know if that little boy knows what's going on, but you're not a monkey. And I had to start talking to him about race and all these conversations. I'm like, damn, at 7, I didn't even expect that so soon, Right.
That's actually late.
It's late.
It's usually kindergarten. Stats say it. I think the hardest job is being a single black female with a black son. Just saying, that's got to be so tough.
It is, because we're women, so we don't know how to be a father or man to a boy. That's right. One. And we're women, of course. And then we all got issues just being black, right? Right. So, our community, we have a lot of work to do. We're so separated. We're so like brainwashed from a lot of things. We don't stick together with a lot of things. And it's just really sad. But I just try to give my son as much, communication as possible. And I just tell him, me and you gonna have to stick together with this, but it's just scary because you just want to make sure that you can protect your son. It's so scary. It's so scary. And that's the part, like, for me,
Because like Isaiah, he came out to me. He's gay, so he came out to me when he was like 11, going on 12, and I instantly started crying, but I had to let him know. I was like, I'm not crying because you're doing something wrong or whatever. I'm like, this is just a hard road to go down, and I just want to protect you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm already in protective mode because I'm raising a black man in America.
Single mom.
But now you have these other entities that's going to be coming at you just because of your preference. And so I'm like, we're going to get through it. Yeah. But you need to give me this moment right now. Like, I was like, you need to give me this right this second. But we're going to get through it. And you know, and he's just amazing. All my boys, like I love them as people.
Of course, little different personalities.
Right, like I love them as people. It's not just, oh, you're my son, so I have to love you or I have to like you. Like I really like the people they've become, or in Kevin's terms, becoming. Because he's still becoming. Yeah. But I love the people that they have become. They still stumble and fall and make their mistakes and this, that, and the other. But like I would get a random call from Isaiah and he'd be like, Ma, I just want to tell you I appreciate you.
Oh,
that's so cool.
And no, it does make you feel good.
Yes. I mean, like, you do? Why? What the like? I instantly turn mushy. Yeah. You do? Why? What did I do? He's like, no, I just being an adult and having to take care of myself. He's like, I get it now. Yeah. And the fact that you did it for all of us, he's like, I appreciate you. I just want you to know you good. And I was like, I bawled out that day. All the thug came out of me. I was a complete punk.
So we know Drea's already gone through this. Your son's 7. Yes. What do you do when that boy or girl comes into his life? Are you ready for that? It'll be the first one. You know they got the little girlfriends in kindergarten and all that.
Right. And
we talk about the real ones.
I went through that. I'm like, okay.
We talking about that one that wants to come to the house and hold hands with him while you hold hands with him. You got to share that private time.
My son is a cutie, so I'm already expecting high school going down. I don't know what I am. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't even want to look past right now. I'm about to beat a couple of bitches up. I'm telling you right now. Like, you know, but no, I think my biggest worry with him is he's very sweet. He's like me, you know. I mean, I could be tough, but his natural self is to be very loving. And so
you don't want no chick walking all over him.
I don't want that either. So, you know, I just spoke to him the other day. I said, you know, out of the blue, I'm very random too. I'm like, Isaiah, come in the room. So he comes in. I'm like, give mommy a hug. Because we always like to hug. I'm like, make sure you never hit a girl. He's like, what? I just randomly just want to talk to him. So I'm like, don't ever hit women. Open up doors for the women or the girls or whatever. Like I'm just putting, but I've been saying this since he was young. Like, be respectful. You know, I'm always just putting that in his brain. And he's like, Mom, what are you talking about? I'm like, look, can you just promise me that you're gonna always be good to the girls? But I said, but if they're not good to you, then you still can't hit them, you still can't argue with them. But you just always got to be nice, and I have to teach them because unfortunately, when you get older, domestic violence is real.
Yeah.
I have a lot of clients and you just never know when you're gonna wild out and things happen. So I feel like I have to put that in his brain from now, like. Anytime you feel mad, sad, try to hold your composure as much as you can. With anybody, but definitely with women.
Right.
So, he's gonna be a ladies' man, just like his father. That's definitely gonna happen. But I just feel like he's gonna fall in love too quickly. That's the thing for me. Like, don't fall in love, baby.
You have to feel what it feels like.
Oh God.
Yeah, my conversations are a little different with each kid. It was like with Frank, I'd be like, all right, don't be that guy. Don't you see the stuff that I go through or whatever. Don't be that guy. Be better than that. You know better than that. You know, things like that.
Right.
Isaiah come to me, complain about something. I'll be like, dude, you see what I went through? You picked the wrong side. I'm telling you, when you find the answer, you come and you tell me, because I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you at this moment. Like, they're jacked up. A lot of them are jacked up, and you got to go through the jacked up ones before you get to the good ones.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, I have no answers for you, because I have no answers for me.
Right.
Kevin, he's just getting into
Shout out to Kevin.
He has his first girlfriend.
Wait, what's the age?
Let's go, Kev!
6.
You didn't tell me he had a girlfriend?
Yes.
And Kev is how old?
16.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
He's 16. He has a girlfriend.
Is she cute?
And yeah, she's cute.
What's wrong?
So.
What's wrong? I'm so excited. You look so stressed. Shout out to Big Kev.
So this is the stressful part. He has his girlfriend, right? She goes to another school now because her family moved to a different zone and she got transferred to another school. And he has a female best friend.
Oh, Lord. No. That type of situation.
So
he'll learn
the first beef was whenever he hang out with his female best friend, he don't answer his phone. So I was like, Kev, dude, don't be that guy. Like, you can't do that. He's like, I'm just hanging out with my friend. Yeah, but she don't see it like that. She see you hanging out with another female and you not answering your phone.
I know.
I was like, please don't turn into that guy. You know? And so, but then they even broke up behind it for a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
But then they got back together. So I'm like, how things going? He's like, it's going all right and whatever. We all good. I'm like, okay. He's like, I realize I got to do better. Okay. Then here comes junior prom. He did not go with his girlfriend.
Oh.
He went with the female best friend.
I don't know about that one.
And when he told me, because he was like, he hit me in a text, and he was like, Ma, I want to go to see your prom, because at first he wasn't gonna go. He was like, I want to go to see your prom. Yeah, like I don't know why he wasn't gonna go, because he didn't mention anything about senior prom up until like maybe a month before senior prom.
Okay.
So he was like, can you help me, get my outfit or whatever? I was like, yeah. So I was like, oh, so I'm teasing him, you and your little girlfriend gonna go to the junior prom? And he's like, oh no, I'm not going with her. I'm going with Bree. I'm like,
oh Lord, Jesus.
I'm like, Kevin, no.
Why go with his girlfriend?
I'm like, dude, why? I was like, why you go with your girlfriend? Her mom says she's not buying 2 dresses. Senior prom is next year, and that's what it's gonna be. They don't go to the same school, so I guess mom wasn't pressed to help daughter get. I don't know, but I was like, you really think it's a good idea? Go to. I know it's your friend, but it's a female, and it was already an issue before.
He might like her, the best friend.
Yeah,
I
don't know. All I do know is that he ain't post no pictures.
No.
He ain't post no pictures on social media. All the pictures I got was sent straight to my phone. Nothing in social media.
You don't want the other girl to find out.
Yeah, that girl would have lost her mind.
She don't follow me.
I can't wait to get to that place. Oh, it's gonna be a lot.
Shout out to Big Kev juggling 2 at 16. Go ahead, kid.
My goodness. Please don't encourage the boy. Please don't encourage the boy. I'm trying to fight his daddy spirit all the time.
You guys are both female. Can that work? Can a man have a girl best friend and still keep you? Can it work? It has to be communication, but can it work?
It has to be communication. It ain't just gonna be like y'all always hanging out and I'm nowhere in the cut. Like once I'm in the picture, we all friends.
Yeah.
We all friends. Hey, bestie.
For me, I think it depends. Like if I had the friendship first with the friend,
and you meet me,
and then I meet you, it's like, come on, you can't expect me to just cut the person
exactly.
off. But I am a person. I will like introduce you, try to get you comfortable as best as possible. If you feel uncomfortable and still have questions, that's on you. But you can't say I didn't try to make some type of connection.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, sometimes it's to the point where it's like it end up being where they should be friends versus sorry, like that. But no, I think sometimes it could definitely happen. Sometimes you try to date, it didn't work out, and then you become the best of friends. And then sometimes you're friends, and then something sparks, and then you know what I mean. So it really depends. It really depends. For me, I have a guy best friend, and he's married, and he has his 5 kids, and I'm always on the phone. And his wife know me, and we hang out from time to time, and we're good.
So it can work. With communication, it can work.
Yes, with communication, it could definitely work. It could definitely work.
So like, I guess the thing is, if let's say you dated the person and y'all really became friends, cut everything off, and y'all strictly your friends, there's no feelings, or you got all that out of your system.
That can't work. If you slept with said friend before I meet you,
yeah,
it can't be a broken relationship, and you guys have had.
But what if there's in your heart, there's nothing there? Like that was just years ago.
That's not for me. It's gonna be in my back of my mind forever. I'm a dude.
So would you rather the person tell you about the relationship, or just say, no, this is my friend? Or would you rather the truth about the history?
That's
You don't want
the truth's gonna make you leave. Because I don't want to. I'm not gonna make you lose your friend. I would never do that.
But we all have past relationships, though. Like,
yeah, but not with your male best friend.
What if that male best friend is married, kids, things like that? Does it make it easier because you know they have somebody else?
I don't know. I've never been there. Could you do it?
I mean, I have male friends that.
No, I mean, we're together and I have a female friend. I had slept with her before I met you. Now she's my best friend. We didn't work out at all.
How long ago?
I meet you. It's the same thing. How long ago? She's married. She's married and got kids. But we talk 4 times a week. And you meet her and you like her. Could you do that without ever thinking that I could rekindle something? Or she would try to rekindle something. It's hard. That would be hard.
It's hard, but I think it depends on the energy, right? Because people come with energies and you kind of get a feeling about people. You know what I mean? And a lot of where we fall short as people is that we ignore those feelings. But you get a feeling about people when you meet people, you get a feeling about them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes you just gotta either roll with the feeling or choose to ignore it. But if you feel like you could tell when a woman is interested in a man, right? Like you could tell when it's more than that. And if you getting those feelings that is more than that, then most likely it is.
I guess it depends on the situation. I'm gonna teach my son be friends with whoever. Just put the truth out, make it very clear,
right,
and let them decide what they want to do.
Right. Be honest. Definitely be honest. But I have male friends that, when we was younger, there was something, and I would never touch them again. I mean, no shade, but we ain't there.
The attraction's just not there.
Right.
But they may still have that attraction to you. And I have a couple of friends that still be trying. And I'm like, no, no.
See, like me as a man, you're gonna come home and tell me that I'm your man now, okay? And one of your exes or whatever, one of your male friends comes at you.
Yeah.
As my wife or my girl, you need to tell me, right? We're 100%, okay? I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, but now we have secrets. See, I'm telling you.
What is the secret? Because as long as I'm not doing anything.
Because if you tell me, I'm going to go beat his ass.
Oh, Lord. We don't want that.
I know, and that's the guy thing and the girl thing. If you got another man trying to hit on your girl and I'm giving you, like, this is your friend, I met you. And he was your friend before I got here. And I say, okay, cool, I'm cool with that. Hey, what's up, man? We're cool.
Yeah.
And then you come home one day and you say, hey, man, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Ron, but he hit on me today. That he's done. He's done. He's broke the law. He broke the law.
Right. Yeah, he broke the trust.
I think that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
It'd be hard.
I wanted to say I did have a situation where I had to tell a friend like how I felt because I felt uncomfortable. We were friends for so long. He had like a moment of, I guess he wasn't getting certain things from home, and he just had a moment, and it threw me off. And I was actually scared to say something to him about just the interaction, And then I finally said something because I'm like, damn, it's been a while since we even did all this. So now it's like, I don't know, like I gotta watch you a little bit because you're doing too much. But I talked to him about it, and he was just, I'm sorry, I had a moment, and he explained what was the reason, just not getting love from home. Da da da. I'm just like, we just went back into it like nothing even happened.
Most men
was
go
weird,
back.
Though. It was very weird in the moment.
Most men go back when things go bad.
Yeah, of course.
Women don't. When women are done with you, they're usually done.
Well, we go back. It's just when we finally get the light, we don't go back.
Right,
we
right.
do go back a couple of times, and then boom, after that is like, it's a wrap. But it takes us a long time.
There's a story in them eyes. I saw it in my eyes right there.
I got a few stories. We ain't got enough time for those stories. But shout out to Candace Brown. She left a message in the group because I asked for people to give, little mom stories or what's your favorite part about your mom. And Candace Brown says, my mom checks off every box of who a mother is supposed to be. Shout out to you. Oh, and she said, shout out to me too. My kids are lucky to have me as their mother. So to give you guys a little background, Candace is actually Kevin's stepmom through his dad. That's his dad's wife. And honestly,
Compliment for you. Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you. And honestly, like, I love her. I really do. Like, I've even threatened my ex-husband. I'm like, if you mess this up for us, I swear, like, you can't mess up 2 good women in your lifetime. You got to get it right with one.
At least one.
Right. I'm already out the door. There's no way in hell. But don't mess up with her because she's the best baby daddy I ever had.
Nope, not her.
She my baby daddy. She the best baby daddy I ever had. Don't fuck this up for us.
No, well, that's grown woman talk, grown woman shit, and yeah.
Because people, they be like, you get along with her. Why wouldn't I get along with her? What happened between me and Big Kev was over and done with. Yeah. For one, it's not like she was the reason. The person that was the reason. They never last long. She wasn't the reason. This was years later, and if my son is gonna be around her, then this needs to be a pleasant interaction. She never did anything to me.
Yeah.
She never did anything to me. And I tell her all the time, I'll be like, the support group is open when you're ready, because I'm the only other person on the planet that's been in your shoes.
Yeah.
The support group is open when you're ready.
Yeah, you need all the support you can get. Your kids need all the support, so yeah.
Right.
If you can get along, child.
Right. And she is very good to my son. She gets along with my oldest sons. And I get along with her and her mom and her brother and everything. I done met everybody. We actually went on a group vacation together. So shout out to Candace. Thanks for holding little Kev down when he's there with y'all. I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping Big Kev in check, because I know he could be a trip. Because my son stays there with them while he's in high school. Yeah. He's primarily there with them now. And he comes to me like on vacations and stuff like that, trying something new. He's a boy. He needs that man energy. He got all these hormones going on and everything. He needs that man energy. So I'm trying something new. But yeah. Soon as something goes left, I'm going to get my baby.
No.
That's why I moved to the South, to be close to my baby. Gotta be close to my baby. Gotta be able to drive what I need here. But thanks everybody for tuning in for this mom episode. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Yes. Yeah, and just keep grinding, keep shining, moms. It's a tough job. It's a thankless job, but it's all worth it.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
It's all worth it in the end. And you know what? Motherfuckers, we out.
So find another out. Motherfucker out.